You know, it's pretty cool when you can figure things out on your own. Welcome to the Drunk Linux User. I'm Len. I'm the Drunk Linux User. And I ran across a situation recently that wouldn't allow me to add my email client as a default application. Now, the reason for this is that normally when you go into, let me get over to my desktop here, for example, in Ubuntu Unity, you go to default applications. I had taken Thunderbird out, so there's nothing listed there. I can click here all day long. Nothing's going to pop up. And there's no option to, like you can in KDE, for example, to select a file from a menu like this to be able to put Betterbird in as your Mail to client. So I put up a question on the boards, didn't get a response, so I figured, okay, I have to figure this out on my own. So what I did was I went over to my file system and I went to User, Share, and Applications. And let's see if we can get over here. Now, depending on your distribution, I can get into here using root because Ubuntu Unity uses the Nemo file manager, and this is one of the options. So I open as root, put in my password. There we go. So now we have this window open. It says elevated privileges, so this shows that I have super user access to it. Now this is the .desktop file that I made. I'll show you basically how it looks using Pluma. And as you can see, it's a real simplified version of what this, how to launch from using this launcher, which I can't do from here because I'm going to not be able to show you everything. But you can see it over here on my left-hand side that I was able to pull and mount this .desktop file for Betterbird right over here on the left-hand side underneath my browser. So I was thinking, well, maybe there's a way that I can add something to this .desktop file that's going to allow it to show up under my default applications listings. So let's just go ahead and close out of there. I don't want to goof it up. So I decided I was going to start looking through to see if there was anything. I opened up the Brave browser .desktop file, and then as I'm scrolling down, I noticed this default lists. So I opened that one up. Now, when I did a search, Control F, and I looked for Mail to. All right, so I'm going to close that out. And on this line right here, you can see that the system is still looking for Thunderbird to be my Mail to go to. I don't have Thunderbird. I have a desktop file though that does say Betterbird. Okay. All right. So just to be safe, do another search and do Thunderbird. And you can see down here it says not found. Well, it disappeared, but trust me, it said not found. So this is the only thing under defaults that Thunderbird was assigned to was the Mail to, which is when you click on a Mail to link in a web page or in a program, it should bring up your email client. So I changed it right here. You can see to Betterbird. I'm going to go ahead and save it, close this out, and I'm going to go back into details. And now when I go to default applications, lo and behold, Betterbird is there. And it works. You're going to have to trust me on this. I'm not going to launch this because of the email accounts that I have listed and all the names and everybody that it would pop up when I do. But you can see there are no other listings here, even though, for example, video has a couple, music has a few. So if you're trying to set up a default and you happen to have a program like Betterbird, which let me show you how this looks. When you download the file from Betterbird and you extract it, I put the main folder in my home directory. You can put it anywhere you want to. But this guy right here, That is the application file. So I made a .desktop from this. I moved it over to that user share applications folder. Now I can find it when I try to call it up using my menus. I can pin it to my dock, and now, because I've changed that default file under user share applications, when I click on a mail to link, Betterbird will pick it up, and we can go from there. So that is really, really cool stuff. And so I thought I'd pass that along today in case you were running across a similar situation where you had downloaded a file that doesn't actually install, but you can double click the application to get it to launch. I'll leave this with our words of wisdom. Don't drive drunk, don't drink and drive, don't go to Amazon, eBay, or use MS Edge shopping all buzzed up thinking you're going to buy the latest, greatest, and coolest stuff, because you're probably not. In the meantime, bottoms up, and later, dudes.